Imagine a world where your day is dictated not by ambition, but by the arc of the sun. When night falls, life doesn't just slow down, for millions it grinds to a halt. In the encroaching darkness, children strain their eyes by the faint, flickering light of a kerosene lamp, their potential dimmed along with the wick. Small businesses, the lifeblood of their communities, are forced to shutter their doors, their growth held captive by the setting sun. Healthcare clinics struggle to operate, life-saving procedures becoming a gamble against the failing light. This isn't a story from a forgotten past. This is the daily, exhausting reality for nearly 800 million people across the globe. For generations, they have lived in the shadows of energy poverty, waiting for a promise of power delivered through unreliable grids, a promise that often never arrives. They've been told that progress is a complex network of wires and pylons, a colossal system stretching from distant monolithic power plants, a system that is expensive, fragile, and has consistently left the most vulnerable behind. But then, in a single transformative moment, something changes. A switch is flipped. Not in a control room hundreds of miles away, but right here, in the heart of the village. Suddenly, the oppressive darkness doesn't just recede, it shatters. A steady, reliable glow replaces the uncertain flicker, bathing the community in a newfound sense of security and hope. This is so much more than just light. It's the hum of a refrigerator, preserving precious food and life-saving medicine. It's the clear, bright illumination under which a child can finally read without strain, their world expanding with every page. It is the birth of opportunity, the foundation of safety, and the spark of connection to the wider world. This quiet revolution is challenging a century-old paradigm. We've always looked to the horizon for our power, believing bigger was better. But what if we've been looking in the wrong direction? What if the most resilient and equitable energy solution isn't about extending old, fragile lines? What if I told you, the future of electricity doesn't lie in those giant, distant power plants, but in the ingenuity and resources of every village itself? This is the story of how communities are taking power back, building a brighter, more sustainable future, one microgrid at a time. Our current energy system is centralized. Huge power stations generate electricity, sending it through thousands of kilometers of wires. But with every storm, every overload, comes failure. Blackouts that cost billions and affect millions. For over a century, our world has been powered by a colossal, intricate web of wires and power plants. The centralized grid, a marvel of 20th century engineering that brought light to the darkness and fueled unprecedented progress. But this interconnectedness is also its Achilles heel. A single point of failure, a storm, a technical fault, a cyber attack, can trigger a cascade of blackouts, plunging millions into darkness and grinding modern life to a halt. We've built our society on a foundation that is powerful, yet surprisingly brittle. What if there was a better way, a smarter, more resilient approach to energy? Enter the microgrid. It's a revolutionary concept, yet beautifully simple. A small, local, and self-sufficient power network designed for the 21st century. At its core, a microgrid is an ecosystem of energy generation and storage, operating in harmony. We see it in the solar panels blanketing rooftops, silently converting sunlight into electricity. We see it in the graceful spin of wind turbines, harvesting power from the breeze. This energy is then captured and stored in advanced battery systems, ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. The true genius, however, lies in its intelligence. A sophisticated control system acts as the brain, constantly monitoring energy production, consumption, and the health of the main grid. And here's the twist. When that main grid falters, the microgrid performs an incredible feat. It seamlessly disconnects, an act known as islanding, creating a self-contained bubble of stable, reliable power. This is where microgrids don't just survive, they thrive. While the surrounding world goes dark, the lights in a microgrid-powered community stay on. Hospitals can continue to save lives, businesses can remain open, and daily life can proceed with a sense of security and normalcy. It's a fundamental shift from dependence to independence, from a single, vulnerable monolith to a network of strong, self-reliant energy islands. From a remote village in Africa to a university campus in California, or even an entire island nation, microgrids are proving that a decentralized, democratic, and durable energy future is not just a dream, it's already here. The secret? Microgrids run on renewable sources, solar panels, wind turbines, biogas, combined with smart batteries. While big cities remain dependent on outdated infrastructure, villages are leapfrogging directly into the future. The story of energy is being rewritten, not in the boardrooms of giant corporations, but on the ground, in communities across the globe. A quiet revolution is taking place, powered by a simple yet profound idea, the microgrid. Its impact is transforming lives in ways we're only beginning to understand. In rural India, once plunged into darkness after sunset, a localized solar microgrid has ignited opportunity. Children can now study into the evening, small businesses can operate longer hours, and vital medical clinics have the reliable power they need to save lives. This isn't just electricity, it's a pathway out of poverty, a tool for economic empowerment built and maintained by the community it serves. Across the continent, in sub-Saharan Africa, a similar story unfolds. For generations, extending the centralized grid to remote villages was deemed too expensive. But microgrids, powered by abundant wind and sun, are allowing communities to leapfrog that outdated model. They are building their own energy future from the ground up. For these children, playing under the steady glow of electric lights, reliable power isn't a luxury. It is the foundation of a healthier, more prosperous future. This revolution isn't confined to the developing world. On this American university campus, a state-of-the-art microgrid serves a different but equally vital purpose. It's a living laboratory for the next generation of engineers and a powerful symbol of sustainability. When regional blackouts strike, the campus can disconnect and power itself, ensuring critical research and student life continue uninterrupted. It's a model of self-sufficiency. And nowhere is the value of resilience more apparent than in disaster-prone Japan. In the aftermath of an earthquake, when the national grid is severed, microgrids become lifelines. They keep lights on in shelters, power communication networks, and provide a beacon of hope amidst the chaos. For communities rebuilding, this independent power is a critical component of recovery. From India to Japan, from Africa to America, the message is clear. Microgrids are more than a technological solution. They represent a fundamental shift, making energy cheaper, cleaner, and more democratic. They are quietly putting power, quite literally, back into the hands of the people. Imagine a world where no child studies in the dark, no hospital loses power, and no community is left behind. That world is being built, one microgrid at a time.